What is good? You've seen Gustavo here, aka Leroy Jenkins. I'm going to be quickly going over the PP19 BIZON, all of the attachments. I'm not going to be going over my favorite attachments, but I will be making videos for that in the future. Let's get into it. First off, the muzzles. We have the tactical suppressor. Pros, sound suppression. Cons, aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness. Then we have the flash guard. Suppresses the flash of your weapon to help keep your target visible and your position concealed. Pros, muzzle flash concealment. Cons, bullet velocity. Now we have muzzle brake. Redirects gases outward to stabilize the weapon for better control of sustained fire. Pros, recoil stabilization. Cons, aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Now we have lightweight suppressor. Pros, sound suppression. Cons, damage range. Now we have the CQB breacher device. Enables one-hit melee kills. Pros, melee damage. Cons, aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness. Now we have the compensator. Expels gases upward to aggressively fight muzzle climb. Pros, recoil stabilization. Cons, aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Now we have the monolithic suppressor. Pros, sound suppression and damage range. Cons, aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness. After that we have the barrels. First up, the 8.7-inch steel. Additional weight stabilizes shots but hinders mobility. Pros, damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control. Cons, aim down sight speed and movement speed. Now we have the 8.7-inch polygonal. Hope I said that right. Polygonal, something like that. Pros, damage range, bullet velocity. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the 8.7-inch aluminum. Pros, aim down sight speed. Cons, bullet velocity. Next up is the laser. First up, the tack laser. Pros, aim down sight speed, aiming stability, aim walking steadiness. Cons, laser visible to enemies. Improves accuracy while aiming down sights. After that, the 1mW laser. Pros, hipfire accuracy and there are no cons and it is not detectable by your enemies. Now is the 5mW laser. Improves hipfire accuracy and speeds up targeting after sprinting. Exposes position when active. Pros, hipfire accuracy, sprint to fire speed. Cons, laser visible to enemies. Now we have the optics. First up, the monocle reflex sight. Low intrusion frame for improved target tracking. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the Corp Combat Hollow Sight. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. After that, the Aim Op Reflex Sight. Provides higher precision. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. After that, the Cronin C480 Pro Optic. 3.5 times magnification, provides excellent targeting. Pros, zoomable. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the GI Mini Reflex, thin frame for an unobstructed sight picture. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the APX5 holographic sight. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. After that, the operator reflex sight. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the Solo Zero NVG enhanced. 3.25 times Gen 3 night vision with thermal overlay for enhanced situational awareness. Not compatible with night vision goggles. Pros, thermal target identification and zoomable. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the Solo Zero Optics Mini Reflex. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. After that, the Merc Thermal Optic. 3.25 times scope, thermal imaging, highlights targets, and provides visibility in all lighting conditions. Not compatible with night vision goggles. Pros, thermal target identification and zoom level. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the PBX Holo 7 sight. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the thermal hybrid. 3.25 times thermal scope with a side mounting reflex sight. Toggles thermal imaging with a flick of the wrist. Not compatible with night vision goggles. Pros, thermal reflex and thermal toggle and zoom level. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the Viper reflex sight. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. After that, the Cronin LP945 mini reflex. Pros, precision sight picture. Cons, aim down sight speed. Circular reflex frame from Cronin keeps the focus on the target. Now we have the Scout Combat Optic, precision optic 3.25 times magnification for long range targeting. Pros, zoom level. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we have the Integra Hybrid 3.25 times Scout with integral reflex sight for quickly transitioning between sights. Pros, reflex and Scout toggle and zoom level. Cons, aim down sight speed. Then we have the Canted Hybrid 3.25 times Scout with a side mounting reflex sight. Lets you change engagement distances with a flick of the wrist. Pros, reflex and Scout toggle and zoom level. Cons, aim down sight speed. We have the VLK 3.0 times Optic. 3.0 times magnification provides reliable targeting. Pros, zoom level. Cons, aim down sight speed. Now we're on to the stocks. First up, the factory aluminum stock. Pros, aim walking movement speed. Cons, aiming stability. Keeps you agile while aiming down sights. After that, the no stock, when agility is more important than precision. Pros, movement speed, aim down sight speed. Cons, aiming stability and recoil control. Now we have the Corvus skeleton stock. Weapon handling and movement at the expense of aiming stability. Pros, aim walking movement speed and aim down sight speed. Cons, aiming stability. Now we have the FSS close quarter stock. Gets you on target faster. Pros, aim down sight speed. Cons, aiming stability. And this gun has no underbarrel attachments. So we're on to the ammunition. For the ammunition, we have the 84 round helical mags. Extended magazine holds 84 rounds of 9mm Markov ammunition with a moderate weight increase. Pros, magazine ammo capacity. Cons, aim down sight speed and movement speed. Now we're on to the rear grips. First up, the granulated grip tape. Keeps you steady and on target. Pros, aiming stability, aim walking steadiness. Cons, aim walking movement speed. Then the stippled grip tape. Less stable but very agile. Pros, aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Cons, aiming stability. Now we have the rubberized grip tape. Less steady but helps control recoil. Pros, recoil control. Cons, aiming stability. Last but not least, we have the perks. First up, sleight of hand for reload quickness. Then we have fast melee for melee quickness. Now we have recon. See enemy nameplates at greater distances. Then we have FMJ, increased bullet penetration and damage against equipment and kill streaks. After that, frangible wounding. Bullets cause target healing to be briefly delayed. Now we have Mo Money, earn additional XP for kills, headshot XP. Then we have frangible disabling. Bullets slow enemy movement and briefly disable tactical sprint when shooting legs. After that is Heavy Hitter, melee produces greater stun on targets. Last but not least, fully loaded, start with maximum reserve ammo. And that is it for the PP19 BIZON. Like I said, I will be going over my favorite attachments for guns in the future, but until then, have a great day and peace.